Well, hello, Scorpio and Scorpio rising. So last month was a kick in the butt. Stupid month. But thankfully we are out of all of that crazy and intense energy. Although crazy and intense is kind of what you are. It still sucks. It was hardcore. It was not comfortable on every level. With you, I know it was in communication, but with most everybody, it all hit our sweet spots and it just sucked. So I have a much better month to talk about, and this is going to resonate with you because guess what this is all about this month? It's all about work and career and opportunity and about setting a goal and making it in your hopes, dreams, and wishes as far as in your career aspirations. I'm telling you, this is a genie in the bottle month for your career. I mean, you're going to love this energy, but we do have like a difficult aspect to get through. It's going to be one of our final ones in this whole Pluto-Uranus series. And so we got to go through that energy, but believe me, you're a survivor. You persevere, you have your rulers, Pluto and Mars, you can handle anything intense for a short period of time anyway before you snap. But anyhow, so on the 2nd, Mercury is positively aspecting Saturn in your 6th house. And the Sun is positively aspecting Jupiter. With all of that positive energy about your Sun, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Your Sun is your core, is your inner self. So they're getting along. It's expanding your inner core, your confidence. And then Mercury is allowing you to talk and be literate and just to have really smooth conversation. You've been trying to expand your abilities to have a conversation with somebody. You have been working really hard to take down some of the barriers in communication that you have so that you can take your relationships and you can take your work relationships to the next level. It's very hard for a Scorpio to want to communicate like that, but as the Pluto-Uranus squares have been showing you, it's been breaking you in those areas, and you know now that's your personal weakness. You know that that's what you need to do. And although some of you Scorpios may be reluctant, and were reluctant in some of the comments that I received, for the most part, Scorpios are willing to do the hard work to get to the next level in almost every aspect of their life. They're pretty driven. So if they see a limitation, if Pluto really points out their limitation, and Mars is going to go in there and just invigorate you and make you want to persevere. Mars is really powerful in this month, and you're going to feel this Mars energy. You're going to feel this power-packed planet of yours really giving you the drive and the oomph and the sexual, like magnetism. I mean, not that you guys are already just incredibly sexually attractive, but you guys are going to have like extra power this month. So if anybody is single, if any of these little Scorpios are still left in the world, then it is a powerful time to get out and about and try to like make yourself known, because you're just going to have a little bit more oomph this month than normal. Okay, so let's start out with a second. When I said that it was, when I said that this was all in your 6th house, your 6th house is in health and well-being, but it's also in work. So for some of you guys had some breakdown in your health, and so maybe you're regenerating your health. You're figuring out new routines, maybe to take off some weight, maybe to get a better diet. Maybe you had a health problem that came up that is asking you to switch to maybe you had a high cholesterol diet and now it's asking you to switch your diet to become more healthy. Whatever it was, you know that you need to transform in that area. And tapping into this great Virgo type energy allows you to manifest some really positive routines and you're really good at dissecting things down and stabilizing things. You really move slowly and you like things stable. So if you see an area that you're weak in, Scorpio, you are going to freaking tackle it. And so you're going to have all the power of the 6th house to deal with that on the 2nd. This could also be in work. This could be routines in work. This could be something that I feel the energy. I think there's some in health, but I feel more the energy that this is going to be about work this month. It's going to be about opportunities in your workplace and in your routines in work and how you structure yourself to be healthy. I think there's a balance with you. I think you tend to be a workaholic, and then you could become some big grumbly, rumbly bear and nobody wants to be around you. And so I think there's going to be some balance there. I think there's going to be some energy in both areas, but I think primarily this is going to be a career month for you. So on the 4th, this is the difficult aspect I was talking about. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, which is partnerships, in 14 degrees. And for you, this is going to be in your 12th house. There is something that is holding you back. There is something that's deep. It's something that you hide from people. Now, granted, Scorpios hide everything from everybody because we're supposed to just intuitively understand what the frick you're talking about. But for the most part, the energies have been asking you to reveal yourself, to trust, to deeply connect with somebody enough to reveal some of that deep, dark chocolate layer that you guys have. And so, but there's something that you're hiding. There's something that's deeper in there. There's something that you're keeping from a significant other and a partner. It's going to come out on the 4th, just to let you know. It's better that you bring it out or you find some creative way to get around the subject, but for you to address the issue in the same way to communicate with that partner. Because if you don't, and it comes out through the universe revealing it, this will not be a good month for you, because that may end a relationship. That may suddenly terminate something. If there's something that you did at work and that you've been hiding it's going to come out. Whatever, we're in relationship with everything. We really are. But there's something that you did. There's something hidden, and I'm afraid that is going to come out, much to your demise at this point. The way that a lunar eclipse energy works is it has the power of 6 full moons. That's a cumulative energy of 6 full moons. So this is a huge, huge revelation. This energy is going to be very powerful, whether you want it to be or not. If you thought a full moon was powerful, wait till you have 6 of them all at once. And this is going to be in a difficult angle, this lunar eclipse, to the Pluto-Uranus energy that we had in March. Because those planets just don't go away from each other. They don't just dissolve immediately. They take a while to go in their orbits away from each other. So that energy is still there, but this is in a difficult angle. So it's going to be revealed. Pluto is in there, and Pluto is the dark stuff. It's the deep stuff. It's the seedy stuff. So there's a secret. There's something hidden. And that's my gut on this. It's the way I feel the energy. And Uranus is it's going to be an unexpected way. You think you've covered all your bases, but you haven't. There's going to be something that you didn't quite expect that Uranus is going to pull out of its hat, and it's going to be revealed, I think. And it could cause a serious problem. It could. I just want you to be aware that you need to be the change agent in your own life. If you are hiding something, like say you're addicted to something and you're hiding it, it's going to come out whether you want it to or not. I say be the change agent. If you know this energy is coming and you know that you've done something wrong, or you know that you've hidden something, or if there's a habit that you're doing that you know that your partner is not going to like, I would say either reveal it or stop it. Address it within yourself. If you show the universe that you're ready to make that internal change, maybe it won't have to blow your world apart. Maybe, but if you are hiding, and I know that the problem with Scorpios is they like their secrets, and they really, really like sometimes the darker edge to things, it will come out. I assure you. And it won't go well. It could be a sudden ending. I just want to be there for you guys and let you guys know if this energy's come, whether you want it to or not. After the 4th, we get through all that. After the 4th, the unconscious limitation that we had gets revealed, and we move forward. Now, the sun then aligns with Mars. So this is your inner self then aligns with your power, your power planet, and it's in a positive aspect with Mercury and Jupiter, and this is all going to be in your 6th house. So if something is removed and it was very difficult, you're going to pour yourself into your work, because that's what a Scorpio does. They just pour themselves into something that really challenges them, where they can put their passion back in, where they can have the time out. And so that's where I see the energy after that going into just all career. I see you turning inward. I see you doing some mental well-being work. I see that you know that you have some things to work on, but I really see this month about being work. And so with this powerful aspect, you could get an unexpected work opportunity. It could be something that you did not see coming, and it is exciting and it is invigorating. And with Jupiter touching this, it can expand your career aspirations in a way that you didn't quite expect, because you remember you have that Uranus energy and they're kind of, making everything totally unexpected. Then on the 8th, Jupiter goes direct in your 10th house. And anytime Jupiter touches anything, it expands it. But this is Jupiter at its fullest. It's no longer in retrograde anymore. After the 8th, it goes full on Jupiter, and it's in your 10th house. Mercury aligns with this, Uranus is in this, and it's all positive, and it's all in your 6th house. So you are going to see things completely take off. When I look at Jupiter like a genie in a bottle, and it gets out of the bottle, and it's like Robin Williams, and he's like, whoa, nah, I've been in the genie bottle for XYZ. He was so funny when he came out. And I kind of feel like this kind of energy. When it comes out, it's like, whoa, what was that? And you're going to just feel this in your work. And you're going to all of a sudden see all of the hard work that you've been trying to get that career aspiration to go. When Jupiter was in retrograde, it always kept us down. It gave us a little, but it didn't give us a lot. You're going to see it suddenly take off if you've been pouring your heart and soul into it, and if you're looking at your hopes, dreams, and wishes in this area, or your life purpose, either one. If you've always wanted to secretly do something, but you haven't really had the guts to do it, this is the time to initiate all that. Life is about timing, and it's about initiating energy when the energy is right. And I assure you, the 8th is the 8th for everybody is a time for people to really initiate the energy in that particular house. And for you, it's your 6th. This could be for health too. If you have a health concern and it came up, and it asks you to make some changes in your diet. Maybe you're diabetic and maybe you have to start a new regime. The routine that you can pull out from this is amazing. You can start to change your life, and it will change it for the better. I can see a health issue turning around just by the fact you changed your routines. Now, on the 14th, you have Venus opposed Saturn. Again, this is partnership energy. It's opposing Saturn. And so Saturn is pulling back the reins. With all this expansive energy in work and in your health, Saturn wants you to pull back and go take a look back at the relationship issue that came up on the 4th. And it's going to say, we're not done here. Let's have a talk again. And so you're going to find that you may have to talk with that partner or talk with that person that all of this stuff went down with. It's going to be a difficult conversation. It's not going to be pleasant. There's going to be a lot of feeling like you're repressed in this. That's not an energy that a Scorpio likes at all, or even will deal with half the time. And so you're going to find this energy very, but don't worry. It's a day. It's one day. You get through that difficult energy, and then the rest of the month it still goes on and on and on with positive. The 18th, you have a new moon in Aries. Aries energy is invigorating. It's ruled by Mars, and Mars is your ruler. If this is going to all be again in your 6th house. 6th house is a focus this month, and so it's all about setting your expectations in your routines. It's going to be about a regimented way of doing things. It's going to be about work. It's going to be about new beginnings in work. Remember, we have all this stuff in career and in your work. I really see that if you're super healthy and you maintain a good health regime and you keep your body healthy, then you can keep your mind healthy, and then you can be 100% at work. I think if you let anything go, I think that's where you have a little bit of danger, but I don't see that this month. I see you addressing everything. Mars is giving you all this power. Venus is giving you all this power to really take care of you and to manifest a really good appearance, get yourself thinned down, get yourself back to who you used to be. But what I really see is the career aspects to be like off the charts new beginnings. It's like the seeds that you planted last fall are all of a sudden starting and regenerating and starting to manifest everything you ever wanted it to be. So whatever that was, if it was a private business, if it was a home business, if it was something like that, and you were getting little niblets, you're going to start to see that become a really big deal. On the 22nd, you have Mars in the 7th house, and it aligns with Mercury and Pluto. So you had all that difficult relationship energy on the 4th, and you went through all of that. It's time to turn back to the relationships again, because I think the energies are wanting you to handle both right now. And a lot of times a Scorpio will go full force on some one thing, but they won't be able to cover all bases. Well, this isn't what this month is about. It's going to be definitely about partnerships and significant people in your life and communication, and it's going to be on just work and health and routine. So if you can get all of this stuff down, if you can look at these dates and ignite the energies, if you can tap into the energies, when the energies are at their fullest potential, if you listen to the houses they're in, and that's when you ignite whatever change you want to make, you will find that you will just have that extra oomph. And that's what I do these videos for, is so that I can tell you guys when to tap into these energies so that you can go 110% instead of 40%, because, you did it on a day that didn't have the right energy. So anyhow, Scorpio, much better month to talk about. I'm so happy. I do want to cover that it's going to be a very sexy month for you. If you are in a partnership and that partnership is not too strained, I think some of the ways you may be able to get that partnership back on track is to just seduce them with your loving little ways that you do. I think you need to balance work and balance partnership, and that's going to be a little bit difficult with so much energy going into your 6th house in work and routine. But for the most part, take care of you and yours, and I hope you have a wonderful April.